Guys and girls, it's time to talk football with some of the biggest headlines from the past 24 hours. We begin with today's Premier League fixtures with three very big games that all had something riding on them. First was the fight for relegation as Hull City and Crystal Palace squared off against each other in a match that saw Palace defeat Hull by 4-0 thanks to goals from Wilfried Zaha, Christian Benteke, Luka Milivojevic and Patrick Van Aanholt. The result means that Palace have now secured Premier League survival for not only themselves, but for Swansea and Watford as well. But it does mean that Hull are now the third and final team to be relegated this season and will now look at life in the Championship for the next. In the second game of the day, Liverpool went into their game against West Ham with huge pressure following the results of both Manchester City and Arsenal from Saturday. But it was the Reds who prevailed following a very convincing 4-0 victory. The focus before the game was on Daniel Sturridge, who was returning to the starting lineup for the first time since January, and it was that man who got the opening goal thanks to a fantastic assist from Philippe Coutinho. Coutinho then turned from provider to goal scorer to double Liverpool's lead, and then added the Reds' third goal of the afternoon from a counter-attack that began controversially after West Ham thought they should have been awarded a penalty after Gini Wijnaldum was thought to have handled the ball in the area. Divock Origi rounded off the performance with a well-placed effort from close range, and the result now means that Liverpool are back in third, but City do have the game in hand over them. The Reds will see out the campaign against Middlesbrough next week. And in the final Premier League game of the day, Tottenham bid farewell to White Hart Lane in some style after a 2-1 victory over Manchester United. An early goal from Victor Wanyama got the ball rolling for Spurs before Harry Kane doubled their lead shortly after the interval. Wayne Rooney did pull a goal back for United, but they couldn't find the equalising goal as Tottenham saw out the remainder of the game in a winning position. The result means that the top four is no longer a possibility for Jose Mourinho's men and will now turn all their attention to the Europa League final in the hope that that can be the gateway to playing Champions League football for next season. Yesterday, Fulham and Reading battled to a 1-1 draw in the first leg Championship playoff semi-final, and tonight was the turn of Huddersfield and Sheffield Wednesday. The game played out to be a goalless draw, which means that when the two teams meet again in the second leg at Hillsborough on Wednesday, it's all to play for. Also in the news, it has been confirmed by Manchester City that their long-serving right-back Pablo Zabaleta will be leaving the club at the end of the season. From the club's official Twitter account, they tweeted, "Time to say goodbye. Pablo Zabaleta will leave City at the end of the season," and then rounded off the tweet by saying, "Thank you, #OurZab." The Argentine fullback, whose contract expires in the summer, signed for City back in 2008 and will be playing his final home game for the club this coming Tuesday when City face off against West Brom. During his time at the club, he has won the Premier League title on 2 occasions and also has 2 League Cups and an FA Cup and Community Shield winners' medals to his name. As far as his next destination is concerned, West Ham are said to be the frontrunners for his signature, but of course there's no definite indication as to where Zabaleta will be playing his football after his contract runs out. And for our final story, we go to the Dutch League, also known as Eredivisie, and in an exciting final day, it's Feyenoord who have been crowned as champions following a 3-1 victory over Heracles. Feyenoord knew that they had to equal or better the result of Ajax to secure the title, and a victory on the final day meant that despite Ajax also winning, the title will be going to Giovanni van Bronckhorst's team. Former Liverpool player Dirk Kuyt was the hero on the day as his hat-trick sealed the championship. And those are some of the biggest headlines within the world of football from the past 24 hours. Guys, if you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you like what I'm attempting to do with the channel, then feel free to hit that subscribe button. And also, I'd like to hear your comments down below as to stories that I've either reported on today or stories that I may have missed. I'd love to hear from you. They'll be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video.